Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mauricio with another review. And today we're going to be looking at spirits of the D.E.C, Dubhe, IF EX-31, also known as Tarn. But before we get to the review, let's take a look at his accessories. And the only thing this guy comes with are extra hands. He's got two reaching out hands, very well sculpted. He's got a left and a right. And he comes with these two holding hands. He also comes with closed fists. And he comes with his little cannon, his arm cannon, which they do articulate. They also can come off and separate. Very well sculpted. It's got a little bit of gold paint there, a little pink paint there. And they also fold in half. But that's due for combined mode. Pretty cool gun. And it just pegs right there on his hand. And that's all he comes with. Now let's get to the review. Let's take a good close look at him. He's got a nice little mask on. Got this gimmick where you can take off the mask. Come on, focus. It's got a nice little face sculpt. Kind of reminds me of a seeker head, but hey, you never know what they do over there in the factory, what kind of head they put on there. So, and then this just pegs right back onto his face. Of course, these things are tiny, so it's a little bit difficult for me with my giant fingers. But it pegs right on there. The threads are gunmetal painted, which is pretty nice. It's got nice pink and purple and silver paint on the chest piece. These little antennas articulate and are painted silver right here. His head does turn. Can look up, look down a little bit. Get a confused look. His arms all the way around, all the way out on this hinge right here. He's got a little bit of a butterfly. Elbow 90 degrees, a little bit more than 90 degrees. It's on a ball peg. It also, because of this hinge joint due to transformation, can hinge back a little bit if you need it. He's got bicep at the elbow. Bicep at the elbow. What do you mean? He's got wrist because you can just peg these in. Same for the other side. Like I said, the guns articulate. They can move up and down. He's got waist. He can kick up that far up. He can kick back that far. Kick forward that far. He's got silver paint right here in the crotch area. He's got a little bit of a bend right here at the hip. And then right here, I believe that's a peg. He also has twists there. He's got nice gold paint here, silver paint, pink paint. The foot has silver paint, gunmetal paint, silver paint, silver paint. His knee bends that far, but then he's got another bend right here due to transformation if you need it. Toes can come down that far, not much up, but he does have a little bit of a rocker. He's got paint right here on the thighs. Cleans up very well on the back. It's got nice pink and purple paint right here. So not a bad little guy. Now for some size comparisons. We got our boy here. See how they well together. And then we got his master, the love of his life, Megs right here. So they still pretty good. Not bad. Now, let's get into some transformation. First, we're going to remove this, put to the side. Then we're going to close these guys right here. Then we're going to work on the chest. So what I like to do is move this up a little bit. Then with your trusty tool, because it's kind of hard to get this, you just slide this up a tad bit. Push this down a little bit more. And then get these out of the way. Like so. So now you have that going on. We're gonna flip this up again. Now these are very thin, so be careful. You're just gonna slide these out on both sides and just leave them there. And we're gonna close this up again a little bit. Close the threads. Be careful, they're very, very tight. So I got this going on. I'm just gonna flip this up as far as possible. Be careful with his head and his faceplate. You gotta find the clearance for it. So let's straighten out his head. I'm gonna go straight back. So we got this look going on so far. Let's get these out of the way. So we're just gonna move them up there. I'm gonna work on the legs. So now what we're gonna do is rotate 180. And then the hips on that peg system, we're gonna rotate 180. So we got that going on. Now, per the instructions, they tell you to add this at the end. It's a pain in the ass. So I do this before. So I'm gonna flatten out the toes and then flip this little piece down on the gun. And you're gonna see two holes there. You're gonna use the bottom holes and you're gonna use those two pegs right there. So let's line them up. If it makes it easier, you can take the gun apart, which is what I'm gonna do. Pull this guy off. And then we're gonna peg one in there. Like so. And then we're gonna peg the other one in there. I don't know if you guys can see all that. Like so. Just squeeze that bad boy together. And grab this and just peg it right back on there. And now you got that look going on. So now all we're gonna do is fold him in half. Just like this. just like that. Now we're going to straighten out this back part, straighten out this back part, so you got that going on. Now on the back part, this is on a hinge, which is right there, that little purple spot right there. Just hinge it out. It should just slide off and lay flush against the back. Same for the other side. I'm going to straighten out his hip, make sure everything's nice and straight. So you got that going on so far. We're halfway there. Now we're going to do the arms. So what we're going to do is on that double hinge is fold this up like so. So now you got that going on. Then we're going to flip this out like that. So we have this going on. And now we're going to, on this little thin plastic, we're going to arrange everything accordingly. So it looks like this, and you're going to put this little tab into that little hole right there. You should just tab in with no problem. So you got that going on. So that side's done. Same for the other side. Flip that up like so. Open this up like so. To arrange this accordingly. And rotate this down. And peg that in right there. And that's what it should look like at the bottom when you're done. That's what it should look like at the top when you're done. And what I do is I like to put them down and flush them down. And there you have your little tank mode, your little Cybertronian tank mode. So let's get a closer look at him. He does transform with his other hands, but they're gonna look like, you know, weird on there. So these are your best bet. I mean, it looks cool for a Cybertronian tank. You know, not a bad little tank. Let me get some size comparisons for you guys. Alright, here we have a Hasbro car and a Magic Square car. Hopefully that shows you a little bit of size comparison, how they all scale together. Now let me get him transformed back into his robot mode. So what we're gonna do first is unpeg right here. Let me get my tool. Unpeg, unpeg. Come on. There you go, bud. Alright. We're gonna flip this right here. We're gonna flip that right there. I'm just gonna move these up here for the time being while we work on the legs. Just gonna unfold all this until it looks right. We're gonna separate the legs. There's one, there's the other. Get this out of the way. Move them accordingly. And we're just gonna rotate at the waist. Make sure he's straight. I'm gonna rotate at the hip. Rotate at the hip. And now he should be all straight. Alright, now we move the hands down again. Move the hands down again. Move this down a little bit while we separate right here and separate right here. Now move this up. Oh, my bad. First we gotta hinge these back up. So we have room to work with over there. Hinge these back up. And they should sit flush right there. All right. Now we can do this. Hinge that up. Hinge this up. Move the chest piece up. Now we're going to move the arms into place. And just slide right in there. Again, be careful. It's very thin plastic. And now we're going to close this a little bit and lower that in. Lower that in. Push that down, push that down, push this down, orient his head however you like. Spread these two up here. Situate the arms, because remember they fold back right here on this little extra hinge that you have going on. And you just move this forward on, so revealing the peg. Push the peg right on his arms. Give him a nice cool pose. Nice little A stands. Make sure his feet are grounded. And there you go. There is Tarn's review. Let's get some of his teammates in the picture so he's not alone. He's got company. He's got some backup. There you go. There's your D.E.C set. But the main character, the star of the show, our boy Tarn. And, you know, he's a fun character. You know, scales well with a lot of the figures. Great addition to any collection. And that's about it for the review. If you guys have any comments, please leave them down in the remarks if I forgot anything, or if I could have done something better or easy way to transform them. But that's just how I feel is a more simplistic way. I will try to review his crew. Maybe we'll get into the combine mode. I really am dreading the combine mode. I will never put them in combine mode, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. You know, these standalones right now they look good. Until next time, guys. Peace.